Hello there. Today I'm talking about the terrible balancing between Somber and Smithing Stones, how it's heavily favored towards Somber, number 2, what they messed up in trying to balance it, and number 3, how to fix it. That's enough of the intro, let's start. Let's start off first. Why is Somber better? Well, let's start off with the basics, right? Smithing stones require 2, 4, and 6 to be fully upgraded to the next cycle, which is 12 by the way, so you already can see that they want you to put an effort to level up this weapon, which isn't too bad, but here's where they messed up badly. Somber only requires 1. So, by this logic, right, you're not only going to put less effort into a Somber weapon, but you have to put in way more effort for a smithing weapon. Since every Somber stone you pick up, you're ready to go to upgrade, but with every smithing stone, you're not always ready to go to upgrade, especially since the cost just gets higher and higher. Like for example, I go inside a cave with a low level character, level 18 by the way, and I pick up 3 Somber stones and 9 smithing stones. Not only can I level up 3 Somber stone weapons with these stones, right? I can't even finish off one cycle of upgrading with the smithing weapon with those 9 stones. Hell, now I need to save up and be like, okay, I need to grab a few more smithing stones to upgrade this weapon fully, which sucks. Now, this would be too bad, but the level difference makes it worse. I need to go to level 25, and this is where I have to level up 15 plus more times compared to a Somber weapon, which is just 10, which is just ridiculous. So not only am I putting a lot more effort into a smithing stone weapon, this just shows how easy it is to level up a Somber weapon. Like for example, let's go to a speedrunner weapon, the Bloodhound thing. This not only is a good weapon, but this shows how easy Somber stones are to come by, because speedrunners see this as a viable strat to come across and be like, okay, I have EG after doing Blythe's questline, after killing Darwin, who not only gives me a Somber smithing stone, I can also just go to EG, who's basically a bell bearing at this point, and just get infinite 1s and 2s while also having 3 3s and 4s, which just shows you that with the Somber weapon you could easily go to +4 in the early game. Especially since there are good Somber weapons like the Bloodhound thing that is used for speedrunning. So this just shows that you are putting in a lot less effort for Somber weapons. This just kind of highlights the main point. That's smithing versus Somber, to where it's accessible. It's so easy to build up a Somber weapon than a smithing weapon, and that is the main reason why they do falter. I'll move on to the next point now. Number 2, what did they try to balance? Okay, so first thing, they made Somber stones cost more than smithing stones, which is pretty good. It shows how rare Somber stones are, even when you get the bell bearing. And it kind of evens it out, because it's like, hey, you're spending a lot more to buy a Somber stone, and the smithing stone costs less, which is cool, but they kind of did fail at this. Now, I don't want to go with the scenario every time that you have 0 smithing stones and 1 Somber stone. But it's like, if you are in that scenario, you are spending more runes on smithing stones than Somber stones, since getting 12 Somber stones is like 2,400, while 1 Somber stone is just 2,000, which sucks. But I don't want to always go with that example, you having 0 smithing stones, because you're not most likely going to have 0 smithing stones. So, I do like this balancing act. I just wish they did make the cost for Somber stones a bit higher, since you are spending more runes on a smithing stone weapon, since you have to upgrade it to level 25 compared to a Somber weapon, which is just level 10. And the next balancing act is the journey to get the bell bearings from, the world. I'd say the Somber bell bearing journey is harder, which I like, because not only you're fighting harder bosses like the Fallen Star Beast in K-Lid, which is bell bearing 1 for Somber by the way, which is a bit ridiculous, but still in K-Lid, where you can find Somber 8 and 9 at. And for your second bell bearing, you're finding 2 Crystallians compared to Smithing Stone, which is just 1, which is pretty cool. And I say the bell bearing journey for Somber is harder. Now, just like Smithing, they are just kind of lying around sometimes, but still, there is more Somber bell bearings. I say the journey is harder, especially compared to Smithing Stone bell bearing journey, to where it's easier. When you're finding 1 Crystallian for your first one, you can just find the other 2 in chests, and the third and the fourth one is Lockfire and Godskin Duo, which I recommend summoning for, since that boss fight is not the funnest fight. But yeah, now I kind of want to go on to the final point now. How can we fix this? Now, how would I fix it? AKA buff smithing stones. Well, let's start off with something simple. Instead of 2, 4, then 6, I'll go with 1, 1, then 2 for 4, right? Instead of the 12 you used to need. This will make it simpler on the player, and also you're using less smithing stones in the process, so you're not running out of them as fast. And this will also help NPC quest lines to where when they give you one smithing stone, it'll make it more reasonable instead of like, you couldn't give me more. But yeah, another thing I want to nerf is the smithing stone weapon level from 25 to 15. Not only makes it more balanced in a way to smithing stone weapons, because it's like, okay, I don't have to go to all the way to 25. I could just be like, okay, I'm at plus 20. I can squeeze out a bit more smithing stones to go to plus 15. Which makes it more fair, and I also chose 15 because it's closer to the number 10 in Somber. Now, I'm not going to nerf Somber. They are perfect the way they are. It's fun to just pick up a Somber weapon and only use one Somber stone for each level up to instantly get in there and just have some fun, right? Makes it less annoying than what the smithing stones are. I just hate how shafted smithing stones are. So, my final thoughts on this system is, it's pretty good. I just hate how shafted smithing weapons are. They did not deserve what happened to them. I really like what FromSoft did with the weapons in this game, especially smithing stones. Like, it's nice to have a weapon that you can customize personally for yourself, like, hey, maybe I want a cold greatsword, or maybe I want a fire greatsword, or maybe I want this rapier to do lightning damage because it matches my dex, or maybe I want this certain Ash of War on it. Right? They did a good job making a weapon more custom and personal to you that you can like and enjoy. Now, that's all I have to say, really. Bye-bye.